If Housefolios isn't integrated with your MLS yet, and you have access to the MLS either through yourself or through your realtor, I'm going to show you real quick how you can import a spreadsheet of properties from the MLS, gather data for all of them, and get them all analyzed within a few seconds. So I'm going to show you first on a Paragon example. So there's different MLSs. Even if you have Paragon, it might look a little bit different than how mine looks here. But you'll come up here to search, single family, detached. I'm going to search for, let's type in Decatur. You can see here we have 332 right now. Let's just narrow that down. Let's say I don't want to go higher than 300,000 with at least 3 beds and 2 baths. Okay, 128, that sounds good. Search, yeah, show results. Okay, and a lot of MLSs by default won't have the columns in here that we need. So I'm going to show you real quick to customize what you see on the screen so that Housefolios can gather all the necessary data for you. So we're going to come up here to Customize, Fields, and then the required fields we need is an address, obviously. You need the city, the state, the zip code, and then if you have beds, baths, and square feet, it will make Housefolios a lot more accurate for you. So I already have all of them over here for me. If you need to move one over, just simply check it and then move it over. You can also add in other fields such as the year the property was built, the property description, taxes, agent info, agent contact info. All those things will just speed up your work. And once you do that, you're just going to click Save. And then you can come up here and select all of them and then click Export, Export to CSV. And then once you click on that, I'm going to click All Listings, do all 128 of them. Okay, so it's right here, it's just downloading. Come back to Housefolios, bring that in here, continue. It's going to ask you to map the fields. What that means is, for example, right here, Housefolios needs the full street address. So this will, of that CSV file just downloaded, this is showing all of the columns that we have in there. So just make sure that address is in the address column, county is already mapped, city is already mapped. State, looks like state's actually not required because we have the city and the zip. So beds, bedrooms, again, your MLS might have different names for your fields. You can see here, bedrooms is abbreviated to BR. That's bathrooms full, bathrooms half, square footage, right here, square feet total. And then once you have all those, go ahead and go next, and then import them into the portfolio you want to. Here, we'll just create a new one real quick called MLS import, save, and I'm just going to import them into there. So you can see here, it's just going to take a few seconds, this is really cool because what's happening right now is our system's going out and gathering data for each of those 128 properties. So it's figuring out what's the ARV, what's the rent of this property, and what are the taxes of this property. And it's taking all those numbers and then it's running the calculations to figure out, well, is this a good flip? Is this a good rental? What would your returns be? Okay, so looks like 126 of the properties were uploaded. 2 of them had errors. So I can come in here now and I can either filter by, let's say I'm looking for rental properties. Say I'm looking for something that has like a 7% cap rate. Well, that just brought us down from 126 properties down to 13. What if we say an 8% cap rate? Okay, so right there we have 3 of these properties, 3 of the 126 that have an 8% cap, which is awesome. The other thing I could do is switch to list view and literally just come here and say, all right, well, what will give me the highest cash on cash? And then you can come through here and see like, okay, this one will give me a almost 20% cash on cash. That's 12.4. And then You can select those or click on them and do a deeper dive, look at the comps, look at all the numbers. That was an example of how to export from the Paragon MLS and import a custom list into Housefolios to be analyzed. If you have a matrix or a CoreLogic MLS, which is another very popular one, there's going to be a video just below this one that will walk you through how to create a custom export in it and bring it into Housefolios.